Oh Lord, flash money. Turn that up, son. I wish this share your. Oh, get the tambourine, Jess. Smile. God loves you.
No, God loved me yesterday on the stock market. Absolutely, God loved me.
Are you hit?
God, everybody hit. All right. You bought Tesla, you got this. I don't know what to think, bro. Yeah, but
They ain't crying no more, Jarrell. Nobody's crying. Trust. Even the Democratic media talking about how great the market is.
Yeah. No, anytime it goes up 3,000 points, bro, it went up 3,000 points.
And inflation was. You better learn it.
Credit card payment, stash it. Pay my light bill, my phone bill, pay the gas bill, all my bills are paid up. Thank God. All the bills paid up.
Told y'all bound to dip.
I get paid for my movie. Oh, no. I get paid for that the same week. 90 days. That's the next time to buy, I think. When this reciprocal, when this bid is done, that's when you buy.
Well, you keep buying now because the market's gonna be.
Yeah, but I feel like that's really gonna dip the most, I think. But I don't know shit about it. Shoot about it.
You know what's crazy? I don't think nobody know about it. I think everybody just like guessing.
That's not true.
That's not
it's
true.
called micro and
true.
macroeconomics, and you got to know the market.
You ever seen Wall Street?
Hell yeah. That guy knew
And they wasn't guessing; they knew what they were doing.
Exactly what he was doing. No, bro, the penny stock.
I think it was Matthew McConaughey, bro, in the beginning, bro. He was like, "Yeah, that scene, bro." He was like, "Nobody knows nothing. Nobody knows."
Oh yeah, because everything's.
It's a fugazi. It's a fugazi. I'm like, that's real, bro. Nobody really know. We all just talking like we do.
I see what he's saying technically, but you need strategy. You need to have just throw money at the market and make money.
Some people do throw money and win. So it's like,
yeah, but some people throw money at the lotto and win too.
Now that you can't. The stock market you control.
Cool. I would say you can trust.
It's a kinship, it's a friendship, it's a relationship, and all that means is what a brunch ship. It's my favorite day of the week. It is Throwback Thursday, and sometimes you've got to look back to remind yourself just how far you've come. That thing you thought would break you, you survived it. That season you didn't think you'd get through, you outgrew it. The dream you were afraid to start, you're walking in it now. God has been faithful then, and he's still faithful now. Forget not all his benefits. So today, let your past victories fuel your future faith. You got more and you just keep going. It's your main man, Action Jackson. Then you're rocking with the Brunch Bunch right here on Inspiration 1390. We got a hot show for you today. It is going down here on the Brunch Bunch. We got a great guest. We have Miss Daintry McFadden, the first African-American female and first female franchisee under Wetzel Pretzel. And then we have none other than attorney Flanagan from Windy City Law joining us again. Listen, you do not want to miss today's show. All you got to do is call your friends and your frenemies and tell them to tune in to the Brunch Bunch right now on Inspiration 1390. Get ready, Chicago. The Illinois Midwest. No, this commercial is no more. That's old.
Do you want her in?
Yes.
Well, say something then.
Patience is a virtue, Jim Shoe.
So it's slapping somebody.
You know, my mama said they slap you, slap back.
Well, let's get to slapping.
We'll be slap boxing. Okay, I don't want to play with you right now. Lord Jesus. Tammy the kid in school that you play with them, they going crazy.
Today is the day.
Just so you know, Ms. Daintree McFadden is one of our top listeners. Been listening for many years, and a lot of our resources she tapped into.
Oh, for real?
Yes.
She been getting them?
She got the free photo shoot I gave away. That's the headshot that she used for her franchise picture.
Oh, I remember that story. I remember.
Hey!
Oh my God! Look at you!
Yeah.
Welcome.
I'm so excited.
Oh.
I am a fan.
Yes, we are your
You know
fans.
that.
Your
You
fan.
know that.
We are your fans. Pretzels to the people.
Pretzels. Wait. Look at the side.
Oh, wait.
Oh my
Look
God.
at the side.
We gotta get a picture. We gotta get all
Look
of
at
that.
the side. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I love it. Pretzels to the people. I love it. Wait, Tammy, I didn't know you read that. I thought you made that up. I was about to say, so clever.
I know,
Then I
right?
looked at you. Man, you'll do the intro.
Daintree.
Yes, Daintree. Yes, it is.
Yes, honey.
You said it so correctly.
I kind of do that. No, I'm just kidding. I usually botch people's names. Okay. Is Flanagan? He's here.
Huh?
Are you all right?
Is Flanagan here already?
Just call Flanagan. What's up? What's up, guys?
We got to start playing the Shayna commercial that we did. No, we'll do next week.
You did the whole. Oh. You.
I can't.
You know, we love all of our guests, but today we got a special double heart here on iHeart for this special guest, Miss Daintree McFadden. You all have heard us talk about her from time to time. She's a loyal listener, but she also takes full advantage of the resources, and she has done so. You know, to whom much is given, much is required. Well, she understood her assignment, and we are so happy that she is joining us today. She was the first female franchisee under Wetzel's Pretzels Access to Equity program with a strong background in small business management and finance. Daintree recently opened her very own Wetzel's Pretzels inside Macy's, y'all, at Oak Brook Center. She's here to share her inspiring journey into franchise ownership, and she's blending entrepreneurship with community impact. We want to give a big brunch bunch welcome to Daintree McFadden.
Woo! Welcome.
You know what? First of all, it warms my heart to see you. I know Marcel has talked about you. We've talked about you on the show a lot. And then you got my alma mater's colors on. This just happened to be Wetzel's Pretzels. I went to Fisk University. It's a HBCU in Nashville, Tennessee. Blue and gold. And listen, that right there gave you all kind of love. Welcome.
Ms. Daintree, we are so happy and proud and excited to have you. And we're going to jump right into this interview because you're breaking barriers, you're making waves, and you're trying to help other people get the information. Tell us what inspired you to pursue a franchise ownership and why Wetzel Pretzels in particular.
Well, you know what? I always had a desire to own my own business.
Mm-hmm.
I graduated from Northern Illinois University, and I went through what's called the Chance program because my ACT scores wasn't open, but I went through the Chance program, and in our Chance graduation, because I have a BS in finance, and at the graduation, celebration, they said, "Well, what would you want to be?" I said, "I want to own my own business." I hadn't even worked yet.
I didn't have one job.
It was innate in me. So I started banking, my banking and doing that type of work. But I always just had a drive. So at 27 years old, I found the Baskin Robbins franchise that I wanted to pursue that young.
Wow.
I didn't have the network. I learned what network requirements and all of that meant. And then but began to build. I began to take start your own business courses. I learned how to do financial projections, and then I began to just learn how to just open a business.
Wow.
So I just started to pursue because it was just innate for me to just to do that. Yeah.
Wow. So you started because you were thinking about opening a Baskin Robbins.
Yes, I was.
And then so why Wetzel Pretzel?
So Wetzel Pretzel, a little that background. I also worked with more franchisees. I worked with a large chicken franchisees that I wanted to put in O'Hare Airport, and I pursued the RFP, but they changed the RFP to a small snack. So I went to what's called AMAC, that is the Airport Minority Advisory Council. I went to their conference in California, and you would not believe that's where I met Wetzel Pretzel.
Wow.
Now, I didn't go there. I was looking to put this chicken franchise in O'Hare because I knew how well it could be.
Yeah.
But when they changed the RFP, guess who was able to present the RFP to O'Hare? Now, we didn't win the bid, but it was a great experience. And I even received it how they were so impressed with my package that I presented to O'Hare. So when this opportunity came in Macy's, I was allowed that opportunity from the franchise.
Wow.
So you just don't know,
Yeah.
You don't know how you're gonna end. I went there looking for something else, and look what happened.
Yep.
Because God got a different plan for you than you have for yourself.
Yes, He does.
And His is always the
And
perfect plan.
The perfect plan.
Yes. So chicken in O'Hare. That was your pitch, right?
That was the pitch.
Tell me the process though. Tell me how that goes, because a lot of people think, "Oh, I wish I had this in airport, a major airport like O'Hare,"
Right.
because you kind of guaranteed a customer base.
And that's what I'm saying. You always stay ready. See, I was in position. I am ACDB certified, airport concession.
Yes.
So when I present my package to Wetzel's, I didn't have to go running, getting papers.
You had
like
everything.
You always say, stay ready.
Yep.
You say that.
Yeah.
So I was prepared. So when that package came out at that, then I was prepared. I was MBE certified, ACDB certified. We presented our package. Like I said, I was awarded an interview. My first time ever presenting to O'Hare, I was awarded an interview to present to the team there. And it was people was like, you got your interview the first time, but I was in to win it.
Yep.
So I was.
Yeah.
So
and when did you did?
And I did, and I won the interview. Although we did not win the bid, but it showed my, they say my tenacity,
Yeah.
And just show, and then it afforded me the opportunity to be at Macy's
in the flagship store. Now, O'Hare's RFP is open again now.
I know, but
I know.
I gotta take care of where I'm at. We'll be back though.
Yes.
We'll be back. Yeah.
Well, you talked about being prepared. How arduous was that, getting all of those certifications? Because that is a lot of people's barrier to entry.
And that's where you can't be afraid of paperwork. You can't. I'm not afraid of paperwork. So you can't be afraid. Like even this last bid, this one that was on the new NF right, that one. I wasn't able to present this time, but you just have to prepare yourself for those things and be prepared. 25 pages, 75 pages. You can't run away from it.
Did you do it yourself, or you had someone do it?
For this point, for the RFP, I did hire somebody to do that.
And the reason I wanted to highlight that is because people think that they have to be superwoman or superman to everything, every little detail. No, there are other people out here that are experts in these fields, subject matter experts. All you have to do is seek them out.
Yes, I did. Yes, it was, I can say she is Connect Hospitality.
Okay.
Great. She's out of Atlanta. She wrote my RFP for me, and look what that. She won me a bid first time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Connect Hospitality out of Atlanta. Yes.
So Ms. Daintree, you're the first female franchisee under Wetzel's Access to Equity program.
Yes.
What does that milestone mean to you?
Oh my God, the world. For one thing, I can say about the brand, and I was allowed discounts. My royalty fee was discounted half for the first year. my franchise fees was discounted. So it allowed me, and then that's what I said when I was on Channel 7 News. I did make ABC News.
Yeah.
What I said a year ago on ABC is that it'll allow me to be 100% owner. That positioned me to be 100%. So I am just blessed, and I say I'm blessed to do that. Yeah. Yes.
So what has it been your experience being in a store, a staple mega store like Macy's in another Oak Brook? I mean, that's also mega.
That's mega. It is, and it is a joy. Now we are located on the lower level.
Yeah.
I was at an event last week, and they was like, "We didn't even know you was in Macy's. You gotta go downstairs."
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're right next to the Starbucks, and that's what I say. We have a marriage with the Starbucks.
Yeah.
You know, and you can just get your drink and get your pretzels, but and that is just great. You know, I'm living my dream. So they was like, "You have so much energy." And then I joke with people. I'll just tell them my story that I had my grand opening on Martin Luther King Day, which I did. It was minus 9 degrees that day.
Yeah, you packed it out.
And I packed my church family, my friends, my family came out. I get tears. -9.
Yeah.
-9. Well, shout out to your church family.
Yes. Oh, Abound in Life.
Yes.
Yeah. Bishop Booker is my pastor. Amen.
Well, that's awesome.
And then my family and also friends came that they were celebrating because the people know. I told you I was 27 years old when I wrote my first business plan, so I'm 59 now. So so now it's just a joy to live your dream. It's finally here. And to be honest, I would have had a little challenge with those fryers. You know what I'm saying? Just being real.
Yeah.
So now I found something. I have great teams with me. Although I need a baker, I just lost a baker.
Oh, well, listen, we shouting that out. Miss Danger is hiring for a baker in Oak Brook. If you're interested, reach out. But I want to point out, I was just talking to, I just want to shout out to Juan Teagues, who's bringing batters and berries to Austin. And I was talking about you, and she said, wait, I go to Macy's all the time. I didn't know it was a Western person. I said, it's on the lower level. She said, I didn't know it was a lower level. I'm like, that's what we got to let people know. And I told you, I didn't really know. But when we go, I always have to use the restroom. So I go down for that. But I never shop down there. So we want people to know where you're at so that they can come down and support. Because
you know what that says, though? You're not a Starbucks drinker.
Definitely not.
But location.
Yeah.
That is a great location. Yeah, because once you come get your coffee and you smell those pretzels,
you might change your mind.
You're
going to
change your mind. So, Ms. Daintree, you talked about your background in business management and how that prepared you for this. What challenges did you face on your journey in launching this store, and how did you overcome them?
Well, you heard me say I'm 100% owner.
Yeah.
So I didn't come from a background that my daddy left me.
Yeah.
So you got to do creative finance, and that's the challenge. Even now, it's just presenting that. But we are on a Christian radio, so I'm a believer. All things are possible.
All things.
And I just trust God through this process. And I may be running to the bank to put that payroll in today.
But it gets in.
But it gets in, and it's been a year.
Wow. Hallelujah.
Like, you're in a space that you don't see a lot of us in. No. So you have to stay in that space, and we want to make sure that we help you do that.
Yes.
So pack that bottom level, y'all. I know you're going to Oak Brook. I was just out in Oak Brook about 3 weeks ago, and we're out there.
Oh, yeah, you and your mom.
Yep.
Yeah.
We out there. And it literally, we just got to go down to the bottom level of Macy's. But so this access to equity program supported you financially, educationally, and through mentorship.
No, has it supported you through that?
Oh, so yes, because I did get a loan through the Access to Equity program. I did get a loan through that. Yeah. And besides, definitely with the royalty discounts and the franchise fees discounts, I was allowed to become 100% owner. And without that, I definitely would not have been able to do that. That's for sure.
Well, I definitely wanted to highlight the mentorship part, because that's usually where people are like, okay, maybe I have the money and maybe I'm not scared, but I don't have anybody that's in that space to actually give me that mentorship piece.
Well, Wetzel's pretzels are there for me. I call them a family. Other interviews, I say I would never divorce. I
Yeah.
found this. I would never divorce, because I found that when I say true, uh, entity where they're there for me. They're very supportive, and it's a great feeling. It is. It is a great feeling. It's a great feeling.
Joyce Lewis said, every time I walk in Macy's, I make it a point to go to Wetzel Pretzels. So now let's talk about Wetzel's Pretzels, because before you, I had never heard of a Wetzel's Pretzel. Yep. Tibet looked at me like.
So of course you had never heard of Little Dirk. So I mean,
because I'm saved in that regard. But
Wetzel's Pretzels, they feed the same.
Well, no, I didn't never heard of them because they're not in our urban malls. Because we're used to the other pretzel place that I won't say.
The AA.
Yeah, the AA. Yeah, but what makes Wetzel Pretzels so different and special?
Right, because and a lot of people don't know, they started on the West Coast in Pasadena, California. Rick Wetzel's actually his name. They used to tease him as a child about owning the store. That's his name. Wetzel. Wow. He founded it in 1994. Last year was our 30-year anniversary. But we started on the West Coast. So we do have franchises here. We have about 16 stores, about the seventh franchisee here locally. But yes, we've been in business. So, and for 30 years, and so now we are having our marketing team to bring us to the Midwest. Because everybody in California, we know you about in California, but you didn't really know. We've been in business for 30 years. And then I have a position called a sampler. And once you sample our product, that's it. It's over. And you are, and people love it. It's really good. So, and when you find a joy, I just find a joy. I found something that I love. And believe me, when you work in 6-7 days a week, you gotta love it.
You gotta love it. You gotta love it.
You gotta love it. That's not even an understatement. Okay.
So for people who are looking to perhaps follow in your footsteps, because you've already blazed a fortune trail, what advice would you give them? And I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions about the franchisee situation, right? Sure. So do they have any stipulations? Can you be an owner of another business, or you exclusively have to be the owner of Wetzel Pretzels?
Oh, definitely. There's serial entrepreneurs in the business. Yeah. So it's not a single. You can go to our website to even look over the franchisee. Now, if you are a minority, because remember the Access to Equity program is for minority and women promotions.
Okay.
Either or, not both. I just have to be double. But you can look at that program, the Access to Equity program, and find out about it. What advantage I had is that in Macy's, it already was like a food service before. So I had the advantage of just, hey, won't he will.
Won't he will.
Yes.
So, so that, and I am just so blessed and honored to just, be in that space. So, and like I said, we're still growing, we're still learning. It's a lot of processes that we're going through, but we're here. But yes, there are other. We just had our convention, last 30-year convention, and there were 2 other black couples that we're bringing colors.
All right. I love it. I know.
One from Missouri and one from Michigan. So couples there were 2 black couples that was added to the franchise. So we're just excited about that. So yes, the opportunities are definitely afforded to.
That's awesome. A lot of times when you're talking franchise, people don't realize that it's much easier in some franchises to get into because the downstroke is not so high. Is that the case in Wetzel Pretzel?
Well, yes, I just think because the brands is we have the 3 L's: fun, fast, and fresh. So when we have just an excellent product and then you combine it with excellent customer service, because I bring it on.
I bet.
You brought it in, so I know you're doing it every day when you're serving those pretzels.
So yes, definitely, that definitely is an enhancement, with the friends. But I love, I used to teach entrepreneurship courses also. And just, being able to just tell people you can, think outside the box. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? You can dream outside.
So let's
And
talk
so,
about some of these fresh products. What
oh,
else on the
okay.
menu? What's on the menu? And I see
Oh,
you
yes.
brought us some.
Yes, I did. So our number one big seller here is the Cinnabites, the cinnamon bits. We dip it. I put a little sweet glaze on there, make it taste like a cinnamon roll, and they come in a. I just brought you the actual just a tray,
Okay.
but they come in a bag. And there's a number one seller. Then we have the original bites that people are. Do you want sweet or do you want salty? So sometimes I give those samples and give those out. Hey, I like to wow the customer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, and then of course we have our pretzel, the original pretzel, the sinful cinnamon, but yeah. And then we have the pepperoni twist. We have the jalapeno, which is the jalapeno and pepperoni.
Ah.
Jalapeno, like jalapeno.
I like that.
Jalapeno, yes. And then we have just the jalapeno pretzel, and then we have just the cheese. Some people, I don't want meat and cheese. And we not forget our Wetzel dogs. And then I was just afforded the opportunity. I have launched into Easy Catering, and I got my catering brochures with me too. I had launched my first catering order about a month ago with the college. He was going through Easy Catering. He was like, hot dogs sound fun. I was like, yeah, because he ordered 300.
Ah.
Not 300.
Ah.
300.
Yeah.
I love
I was
it.
like, payroll.
Ah. And listen, any business, small business owner listening, understand
Yes.
how that works.
Yes. And
Definitely.
then, then we have the dog bites and the cheesy dog bites, and they are baked with cheese on the cheese. And then we have the actual dog, the actual hot dog. So we have the little bites, the dog bites, cheesy dog bites, and then the Wetzel dog and the cheesy dog.
I
I
didn't
love.
realize the menu was that
I
expensive.
didn't either. You know what? I don't eat hot dogs on a regular basis. But when I'm out of town or in the mall and I see a hot dog wrapped in a pretzel, it just calls my name. So I'm excited to try one of these. Listen, what do you need people to do for you? You need them to come out and support. You need them to place catering orders.
She needs a baker.
You need a baker.
Yeah.
You're looking for. Let's just talk about what you need, because I believe that if we ask for it and we petition God for it, He will give us the desires of our heart. What are your desires?
My desire is, even if we expand the catering program, to build the catering, because sometimes to get people just to go down to the lower level, to buy a $5 pretzel, to be honest, we got to think outside. I'm in Oak Brook, so I'm loaded right there in Oak Brook. So I would just like to expand that easy catering menu, and that's our third party service. They pick up, they deliver. And of course, it's an outside fee for that, but definitely to build on the catering. And of course, if you in Macy's, I mean, you're in Oak Brook, a lot of people go to Papa Do's.
Yep.
You still get all the restaurants out there that people attend. Please come by and support. And then we have Uber Eats and Grubhub. So you can order online. Online ordering, Wetzel.com. Make sure you select Macy's Oak Brook. We actually have do that service also. And then we're just actually just trying to just grow and build the business. And then marketing, I'm not, said my degree was finance, I'm not the marketing kind of person, so I can need a little assistance. This is what I was telling Adam. I was like, I wanted to post you all to let everybody know that I was coming here. But I try to surround myself with people that's smarter than me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
That's hard
I'm
to do
not
because you're
trying
pretty smart.
how
Yeah.
sweet. But just making a team effort and really just really growing the business.
So how do they get in touch with you?
You can call me if you like. Can I?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, okay. So my cell phone number is 708 415 8385. I'll repeat that, 708 415 8385. Please text if you don't hear back from me, because when I say I'm in the store, I'm in the store. I have a front of the house and I have a back of the house, and I hold down the front.
All right.
The bakers are in the back.
Ah.
Okay? So, but definitely just reach out to me, and whatever I can do. That's one thing I would like for us to, one thing about Black-owned businesses, when I was working with the other chicken franchise and all that, they passed down generations. So when they walked in, the building was paid for. You know what I'm saying? We are not in that position, so
it's a little bit of a climb.
It's a climb, but we can get there.
Yes.
Well,
you have shown that. Congratulations to all of your success. We want to wish you a continued success and grow exponentially. You have so inspired so many people today. And again, that number is 708-415-8385, 708-415-8385. If you're a baker or a strategist or marketing genius, please call that number 708-415-8385.
All right, Miss Daintree, we wish you nothing but success. Thank you for joining us, believers. Let's go and buy everything that she got on the shelves. Pull up to the Macy's in Oakbrook Mall and go down to the lower level and get you some Wetzel pretzels. If you like Tamara, you drink Starbucks or they next door. You get your pretzel and get your coffee at the same time.
How great is that, though? You're in Macy's, you're next to Starbucks. Now, that's one way of elevating your shopping experience.
Yep, and just go the extra mile to support this first Black woman on Wetzel Pretzel, and just say hi to Miss Daintree McFadden. Thank you, Daintree, for joining us. Listen, you know what? Your interview is so inspiring. Your story is so inspiring. I got to say, hold my mule while I shout. It's Shirley Caesar, hold my mule on this Throwback Thursday. You rocking with the Brunch Bunch.
So this is a...
Tina, that is so lame.
This is a social media exclusive. The first 10 people that go to her shop and buy something, 10 people now, only 10 people, and buy something, we at the Brunch Bunch, we're going to pay for your order. You know what you gotta do? You gotta mention Brunch Bunch, and then you have to like us on Facebook and tell us your experience, and then we will reimburse you.
All right. I love it. Woo. Come on, Tammy, with the gifts to keep on giving. But we got to announce it on the radio. We got to announce it on the show, too.
What?
Nope,
I said exclusive.
That means they got it first.
No. And I didn't get a chance to tell the story about the photo shoot. Remember you?
Oh, yeah.
Y'all blessed me with the photo shoot for free. For free, And I wanted to just give back to you all. I tell you, it was just incredible.
This is our give back. We don't give back our give back.
I was on Channel 7 News with the photo that Jay did from what you blessed me with. I didn't get a chance to say that. I really meant to say that.
You said it on air?
We got it on Facebook. They heard the 122 people tuned in, heard that. See, you rocking with the Brunch Bunch. This is what we do here. We're going to get some pictures with you, Miss Daintree.
This is going to be a great photo op.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I got it. Whatever. You see it? I know you see it.
Lord. So good to see you.
Oh, yes. When I saw you that day, boy, it was.
I've been impressed with she got that. Got some hot dogs. I like her, bro. She lit.
You all, I tell you, I am a fan. I know everything. I know Marcel is always not answering his phone.
Ah.
I
You know everything.
Always on a trip somewhere.
No, I'm not.
Oh yeah, you know, but nature listen.
I'm gone next week for sure. Okay, I got it. It's on you. I can send it to your phone.
Yeah, you got to meet the whole crew.
And you are Jarrell. Okay, all right.
You'll hear me talk about him more on the radio.
Do that one too on Facebook.
Can you hear now? I just unmuted it.
Oh, okay.
Are you pretzel? I am pretzel.
Did you bring some in today?
I did bring some in.
She brought a bunch.
Attorney Flanagan, Shayna Flanagan. This is Miss Daintree McFadden. Can you hear? What?
I don't need
What you eating?
What?
You eating one already?
No, that's my second one.
We've been
Oh God, in the name of Jesus. Lord Jesus.
a salty one.
I know you said I don't normally eat hot
I don't know if you want sweet or salty.
I want sweet.
Hey, them little pretzel dogs be calling my name.
You talking about hot dogs? Depends.
I'm good. How are you? Praise the Lord.
Hey, Tansby, hi.
Hey, aren't we all?
What's up, Ed?
What up, bro? So y'all back from right? I'm like,
Y'all back.
I'm like, I don't know where y'all.
I know, right? Y'all.
Oh, she said.
Oh, it was tonight.
Friday, I had
Is there a
started
pretzel dog in there?
my podcast.
Oh, man.
You got 3 in the song.
Is that on?
It's in the show. The bagging don't look good on you,
Gotta have
Marcel.
that. Okay, you can take this. Oh.
Yeah, good one.
You can see who really likes though. Yesterday, me and Jarrell begging.
Marcel
What did you think of the product?
I got cooked. I got real cooked. That was some of the best we eat. I really got cooked.
Did you have some?
I got up there.
Oh.
I went to Jimmy John's immediately.
Did you try the product yesterday, Tammy?
I told you. Didn't I tell you that?
Mm-mm. So you just tried it.
Where were you when I was talking about that?
Did y'all get braided up by the same?
I must have been in the hallway.
Yes.
You just talked about it right now?
I talked. Maybe I wasn't.
Did you
sure.
try it on your way here?
No.
I'm like, are you okay? How many fingers I got up?
Let's
Listen,
do a reality orientation.
I tried
No,
it.
I did the vape, right? And when I tell you, it was a hybrid, right? So when I tell you that I was up and down, up and down, up and down, but I really liked it because when I went down, I went down.
Yeah.
I smoked the
Oh, God. We're just talking about smoking.
This pre-roll is nice.
Well,
I got the indica.
I gave one to Otis.
Yeah.
Because, when people are having trouble sleeping and they're taking all these medicines,
That keeps them up.
that's a really
Come on,
nice
y'all.
alternative.
Come on. We ran out of
But,
daylight.
like, also, if you take pills long enough, it'll just your brain will switch and it keeps you up.
No, that was really nice. It was one swig, and it was.
Yeah.
And it's good, that vape, because you can just swig one and put it down.
I'll lose it all
All right,
the
y'all
time.
ready? About to go in, everybody. You got 5 seconds. We're going in.
What's up, Christy?
3, 2, 1.
I got some announcements at the end.
Oh, I'm glad you said that. Well, what's going on is before I get into this great interview with this dynamic couple, I will call them one of the greatest couples, but they're the second greatest because Valencia and I are the first greatest. But I went to get my hair cut this morning.
It looks great.
And I was driving down Chicago Avenue, and I am so excited to say that Batters and Berries is on the way. Those walls have been knocked down, and construction has started. Congratulations to Juan Teagues. And listen, Soul City is on the way. So prices are going up. You better get in where you fit in. But talking about prices going up, prices going down. We have people in the studio right now that join us frequently, and they're here together. One is going to talk about how the prices are going up and down in the real estate market. And one is going to talk about how when you get into a personal injury case and you get that settlement, how you can use that money to buy the real estate. Let's welcome Michael and Shayna Flanagan.
What's up, people?
How are you guys doing?
We're doing great. So turning lemons into lemonade. On
Indeed,
personal
indeed.
injury.
Indeed,
I
indeed.
love the whole imagery of it.
Well, as we all know, things happen to us in life that we don't expect to happen or we don't want to happen, right? But it's all about how we handle those situations and how we take advantage of those situations. And sometimes those situations can be financial windfalls for us if we know what to do. And that's what I specialize in my law firm, personal injury attorney. Nobody wants to be in an accident, but if you are, you can call me, Attorney Michael Flanagan of the Flanagan Injury Law Group, 773-789-8529, or online at windycityinjury.com.
Well, I love the way you say that. Nobody wants to be in an accident, but if I could pull the numbers of how many accidents happen per day, unfortunately, they do. And so, what you
Staggering.
don't know is once you're in an accident, what steps to take, and that's of course call 911, but then call Attorney Flanagan.
Well, I don't know. There's another step. So you're not paying attention. If we were taking a test, you would fail. You got to record it. Didn't you teach us that?
Yes, I mean,
Well, in some cases, you in the accident, Tamara, you know how you can't record so
Well, then
fast.
obviously I'm not talking about that.
Right. But, for those in car accidents, what we're talking about, it happens. You call, of course, an ambulance is coming. Then you call your attorney immediately after, so that they can coach you on what to do. And most people don't know that. They wait a few days, they wait in a month, or they wait a couple of years to say, hey, Mike, can you give me some money because I got in that accident, and you passed the timeline. So you want to have that number in your phone just in case. And what is it?
That is 773-789-8-LAW. That's 773-789-8529. And again, I know I have some of my loyal clients listening right now who I've put thousands of dollars in their pocket. And I have some potential clients. And again, nobody wants anything bad. Nobody wants to be injured or anything like that. But in this economy, listen, if something bad does happen, you might as well get paid. And I think about the thousands of people who I've helped. It's a service to the community, right? I mean, a lot of people just don't understand, just don't have the knowledge, and that's why you need an attorney, and an attorney who cares, an attorney who sounds like you, who looks like you, who speaks your language. Attorney Flanagan,
and knows your struggles. Yeah, I love that. So, Attorney Flanagan, what are some of the life-changing opportunities you've seen your clients create after receiving a personal injury settlement?
That's a very good question, because I've put six figures in people's pockets before, only to find out that bad things have happened to them and they don't have the money anymore. And so one of the first things that I would suggest you do is either talk to a financial advisor, research, possibly try to buy some real estate. Right, a multi-unit building is always a good investment. And again, I'm not, this is not financial advice.
Right.
I can give you legal advice, but definitely not financial advice. But certainly save your money for a rainy day. I mean, in this economy, anything can happen, as we know.
And usually it does.
It's been a lot of volatility lately, but certainly, I would say, you want to invest your money safely in areas such as real estate, which you really can't go wrong with that, as long as you're ready to be a landlord, right, Shayna?
Correct. And as you know, in the stock market, did you see what happened last week? Real estate, we're still holding on. We're still flipping. We're still building. We still have our properties, and our equities are going to continue to go up.
So that's a safe investment by and large.
Yes, of course.
So you get I hate to say this, but you get in a wreck. I don't want to rhyme like that, but then you get a check, and now you have some money for earnest money, because then after we leave Attorney Flanagan's office, we're going to take that check and we're going to call Shayna.
We'll come see Sold by Shayna.
Sold by Shayna.
And we're gonna talk about what makes sense. We're gonna run the numbers. We're gonna talk about what your current living situation is and what is best to purchase and where. And I think that's important. Not just diving in and be like, oh, that's pretty. This is pretty. The numbers gotta make sense.
And you're going to help them with the numbers, because not only are they going to have that check, you're going to help them save some money, because you always have some grants available.
I always have some grants. And that's when you are buying in certain zip codes. And I would say anywhere, South Side, West Side. As you know, Fannie Mae cut off their affordable housing program. But our private banks are still rolling. They're still here giving out money. And one of them is Fifth Third Bank. I have $7,000 grants, $10,000 grants for first-time home buyers who are making under $134,000 and they have a credit score of 630.
That is amazing. That's
Let me
game
say that
changing. That's
again.
life changing.
Yeah, I'm like,
Let
one
me
more
say that
time.
again. You can purchase up to $250,000. You and your partner or income together or by yourself cannot make more than $134,000 combined, and you have to have a credit score of 630.
I love that. And you know what? That's not a too high of a credit score to have. More people can qualify.
And it can be higher than 630, but it has to be at least 630.
This is game changing for so many people that probably thought themselves out of a home ownership market, right? 134,000. There's so many people that are eligible for that, and then 630 credit score. I mean, that's so attainable. But why is this $250,000 price point such a strong target for first time buyers in today's market?
You know, actually, if you're making 134,000 combined, you will be in that pre-approval range, right? It can be from that 200 to 325. 250 is pretty, I think is pretty great, because that your mortgage payment, let's just say roughly, can be 1,700 to 2,100. Your property taxes are usually under $3,000 per calendar year. And then you get these grants for your down payment. So keep the money in your pocket and use these grants programs to do the purchasing of it.
I love that. So what does combining these grants with FHA or conventional loans give buyers? More flexibility and confidence?
Yeah, so the FHA and the conventional, this is the thing. For FHA, you can put 3% down. Conventional, you can put 5% or more down. So it's all depend on the buyer. I would say the lender will go over your finances and see which option will be better for you.
So if somebody's listening right now and they're saying, all right, I need to talk to Soul by Shayna, how can they reach you?
They can call me. They can text me at 773-441-5474. 773-441-5474.
Now, one of the misconceptions is that I can only call Attorney Flanagan when I get in a car accident. But what are some other examples of personal injury?
So we handle medical malpractice cases, sexual assault, Uber and Lyft accidents, slip and falls, police brutality cases, which we know in the city of Chicago happen far too often. The simple fact is, a lot of the things that legally I help people with happen far too often in our communities, and for one reason or another, either we just don't know, or we go outside of our communities for representation. And then, a couple years later, I get the call, hey, I hired this person or that person, and I don't trust them, or
they're taking all my money.
Exactly. So,
Yes.
I just encourage people to, for one, be safe, be vigilant. There's just so many pitfalls that we have out here in our society, from injuries to financial pitfalls, and just keeping your credit score up, making sure that you pay your car insurance. That's very, very important. And I always tell people, I don't even sell insurance, but I tell people, have life insurance for a loved one, just in case somebody passes away. If you're renting, make sure you have renter's insurance. I mean, insurance is the name of the game with a lot of these situations in which I help people with. So just stay vigilant, be safe, and do what you know to be right.
And you want homeowners insurance, because if somebody like me comes slip and fall at your house, I'm calling Attorney Flanagan.
Now you know who not to invite to your house.
But the reality is that it's true. So, and I know Shayna, as a real estate broker, you educate your buyers on proper homeowners insurance. You got to have that when you're doing the mortgage.
Absolutely. Because, fires, and not only that, disasters, floods, get your home insurance. That's probably one of the first things you need to pay every month is your home insurance.
Well, people that are uninsured have learned the hard way. So that's really good, solid advice. Attorney Flanagan, now you guys kind of work in tandem on certain things, because you help your clients, and not just legally, but you also help them financially and personally throughout the process. And it does help to have a wife who can actually take those those proceeds and put them to work for you. So again, how can people get in touch with you?
So online, www.windycityinjury.com. The name of the firm is the Flanagan Injury Law Group. Don't start panicking, just call Flanagan. You might see our bus stop benches or billboards around town. This is me. I'm accessible. As my wife will attest, I'm always answering my cell phone, always talking to my clients.
Always.
Been
On
never backwards.
vacation.
Been never backwards. I'm not rushing people off the phone. I'm listening to stories that have nothing to do with what I do, but I'm here to help, and I mean that with all sincerity.
Mm-hmm.
So I will give out my cell phone number, but I have a staff that's right now waiting for calls, and that I'm that I pay handsomely to also help. And that number again is 773-789-8529. Flanagan Injury Law Group. Always here to help. We work for you.
I love it. Well, you know what? Each and every time attorney Michael Flanagan or Shayna Flanagan join us, it's a treat. But it's even better when we get both of you at the same time.
Yes.
We want to thank you for being a part of the Brunch Bunch family, because you guys are amazing. Tamara Fair, you have an announcement.
Well, tomorrow I want you guys to join me because I'm going to be at the She Own It, She Biz conference. Ooh. And it's all going down at Malcolm X. And our publicist Christy Love is going to be the host of it. Well, she's not going to be the host because I'm the host, but she's actually the founder and creator of this. So we're going to be putting a highlight on so many powerful women, and we have a whole line of powerhouses.
Where are they coming? How can they register?
You just show up, and you can also go on sheownitsibiz.com and you can get your tickets.
I'm excited.
Now this is 2 days, so it's Friday and Saturday. So doors open at 9:00. Everything starts at about 10:00. And so you definitely want to go and get your tickets. She Own It, She Biz. I said it right. It doesn't sound like it's right, but it's She Own It, not She Owns It. She Own It, She Biz.com.
I can't wait to be there to see you tomorrow. Listen, believers, pull up. Shayna, it's an amazing event. You do not want to miss it. Trust me. Listen, Tamara, you're doing amazing. We love you and we support you. But Shayna and Michael, we love you guys. We support you. And believers, we love you and support you for supporting us each and every day. In the spirit of the late, great Reverend Dr. Clay Evans, no matter what you're going through, no matter how bad the day may seem, go home, get in your bed, and pull the covers around your shoulders and go to sleep, because angels are watching over you. Tamara Fair on the air, I love you.
I love you too, but you know what? I want you guys to pray, because Tanya, Inglewood Tanya, she lost her aunt last night, and her family this is like the fourth person, back to back to back.
Wow.
And I know you believers pray people out of gloom and doom. So I need your prayer warriors.
Earth has no sorrow that heaven cannot heal. Tanya, we're praying for you and your entire family. Believers, we're praying for you and your entire family. Believers, we love you. Baby Eminem, we love you too. We get it done every day from 12 to 1 right here on the Brunch Bunch.
Quit panicking. Just call Flanagan.
Yeah, quit panicking. I'm 10.
His kids.
My kids, yeah.
Guys, thank you so much. Don't forget, when you go to Oakbrook Mall, if you're in Chicago, it's a staple. Out of Chicago, it's a staple. You definitely want to go there. And we definitely want to encourage you to go. We have a whole tray here and it's good. You see Shayna going back there and get some more. And definitely, if you are looking to put your money in investments, there you go. Look at that big smile on her face.
Pull up to Wetzel Pretzel.
Yeah, and if you're looking for a investment, and now you really need to be looking for investments. A lot of people have gotten their tax checks. Those of you who haven't spent them erroneously and still have some money, and you've got a 630 credit score, and you've got be eligible for this $6,000 to $7,500 grant. Grant means free. You don't have to pay that back. You will be put into a brand new position. Or if you've had a personal injury situation and you need a fantastic lawyer, you don't have to panic. Don't start panicking. Just call Flanagan.